Hi, I'm Mr. Durham, and today you're going to create your very own leadership notebook using Google Sites. The first thing you're going to have to do is open Google Drive. Now, if you haven't created a folder for your grade level, now would probably be a good time to do so. So to create a new folder in Google Drive, we go to New, and then Folder. As you can see, I created a folder for 6th grade. Now, as this video moves along, I want you to pause it anytime you need to do something and then go and do it yourself. So now would be the first time you pause and you can create that folder. All right, now that your folder is created, let's create our Google site. So we go to New, More, and then we'll have to find Google Sites and open that up. As it's loading, we can look at the different options we have on the right side of the screen. We have Insert, where we would insert new text boxes, images into the page. We can create new pages, and we can change the themes. Before we get started on anything, though, we need to title our site. So you would put your last name and then Leadership Notebook for the title of the site. For me, I will put Durham Leadership Notebook. So you can go ahead and do that now. Next, let's go ahead and pick a theme. Now, you do not have to choose the theme that I choose because this notebook has to be personal to you. So I'm just going to pick a theme and then you can kind of follow along with what I'm doing. So I've chosen the impression theme and I changed the color palette to more of a blue. So starting out with the page title, let's go ahead and call it My Notebook. As you can see, the background on this banner isn't something that I chose, so let's go ahead and make it personal to me, and then you can make yours personal to you. So we'll go to Change Image, select Image, and let's go ahead and run a Google search. So something personal to me is I've graduated from Northwest, so I am a lion. So I'll pick an image of a lion and select. So now it's been added to my banner or my header. And then you can look and see that we can change that header into different types. I'm going to stick with just the normal banner. So now you can go ahead and personalize your banner. All right, moving on, let's start adding some content to our pages. So we'll go to Insert and we'll start with a text box. So this first text box is going to be the title of our first section of content. This is going to be called Leadership Roles. Now we have a few options here. Something we might want to do is make it a heading because it is a heading to other content, and we can even change the emphasis. So we have our leadership roles. Let's go ahead and add another one, and we'll just call this one content, and then we'll add another header called self, and we'll format it the same way as the previous. Another content text box. And then our last header will be called My Habit. And then we'll add in our last content text box. All right, so let's look at what we should have in those content text boxes. So underneath leadership roles, I want you to share all the leadership roles that you take part in. If you cannot think of any, share what activities you are involved with. In the content box for self, I want you to write a brief biography of yourself. So what do you do for fun? Where do you go to school? An interesting fact about yourself. And basically, you just want to teach another person who you are. And then for that last content box under My Habit, choose one of the 7 habits you believe you should focus on over the coming school year and tell me why you chose that habit. Here's an example from my page. I have my leadership roles are I'm a soccer coach, the social media manager for the school, Encore teacher leader. You can see I have a brief biography And then for my habit, I chose habit 5, seek to understand, then to be understood. Because as a teacher, it's important to recognize each student in the classroom enters with different baggage. We must show empathy when dealing with each student. So you can see what mine looks like, and then I'll go back here so you can pause on this screen and fill out yours yourself. All right, now that we have our first page done, let's go ahead and keep building our site, which is our notebook. So we'll go to Pages, and as you can see, this is called Home. We actually want that to be called Self. So we'll go to Properties, and let's rename that our Self page. Done. Now we want to add our Celebrations page. So we'll go to the plus sign, New Page, and Celebrations. As you can see, it basically copied our banner just with the name Celebrations at the top. Let's go ahead and change that image to be something a little more fitting to Celebrations. So when I think Celebrations, I think fireworks. You might think something else, and that is completely okay. So now we need to add content to that Celebrations page. So what do we celebrate? It doesn't matter how little the accomplishment, every positive step we make in life should be celebrated. You can do this in two different ways. You can either put in images that represent the things that you are celebrating in life, or you could use words to explain what is happening in your life that deserves to be celebrated. Let me show you my example before you get started. So here's my celebration page from my leadership notebook. As you can see, I have coaching, I have soccer, I have summer, and I got engaged just last year. So now you can go ahead and pause on this, and you can go and create your celebrations page. Believe it or not, we are almost done. We have one more page to create, and this new page is going to be our WIGS page, which is our wildly important goals. So let's go ahead and create that. And as you can see, we're a little out of order, so let's put the WIGS at the end. So we'll go Self Celebration WIGS. Now, as you can see, it kept our fireworks background. Let's go ahead and change that up. Now, since it's a goal we're trying to find, and I am a soccer coach, I'm going to go ahead and put in a soccer goal. Now, as far as your leadership notebook, this is as far as I expect you to go today. We are going to keep building on these leadership notebooks in the future. Now, I would suggest going through and just personalizing your leadership notebook as much as you can, because this notebook is going to stick with you as long as you go to VMS, and you're going to work on it every single Friday. So go ahead and finish up what you have, and thanks for watching.